and welcome to Power Up with Power Coach Alishia. I'm Power Coach Alishia, your source of fun, funny, exciting, entertaining, and educational life transformational speaking, life coaching, and soul healing. Today, we're talking all about, I completely forgot. So let me go to my notes. We're talking all about the fastest way to do something. All right. Now, once I jump into the topic for today, it will make so much sense. But let me send out the text message to tell everyone that I am live, and then we will get this show on the road. Oh my gosh, it worked today. No. Alishia, I'm Power Coach Alishia, your source of fun, and then we will get. Why is it not muting? On the road. Okay, hold on one sec. Gosh, it worked today. No. Okay. My keyboard is not working. So yes, indeed. All right. So the text message is going out. Yay. I'm so excited, but oh my gosh, it worked today. All right, here we go. Just had to get that muted out. I have 2 more places to share. Hi, Tessa. 2 more places to share, and then we are ready to rock. So as you guys are getting on here, please say hi to me, and we are going to start a permanent process for my weekly-ish lives, and that is shouting out your personal power temp. Oh my gosh. Sorry. Your personal power temperature. So on a scale from 1 to 10, how are you doing? So 1 is horrible, down and out, everything sucks. 10 is awesome. You're so excited. Dude, I have to figure out how to share this without it starting the damn video in the background. I don't know how the fuck to do that. Oh, I need to share from the computer. That's why it's being weird. Ha, ha. I got this. Ooh, I can share it to my story. Did I already? Oh, I just shared it to my story twice. Well, they better get excited then. Oh man. You guys, you know what? Facebook keeps changing so much that I can't even process. Just changing and changing and changing and changing. I'm like, oh my God, I need you to not change so much. All right. 14 days until closing. Tessa's so excited. Yay, yay, yay. I love hearing that. How excited you are. That is amaze freaking balls. All right. So I'm just going to get my notes up on the screen so I can stay on track. I really would love to be able to go live and not have a million things to do, but it just is what it is to make sure everybody can get on here and it posts in the right places. So I know you guys are really cool with it. So again, today we are talking all about the fastest way to do things. All right. But before we jump into that, I just want to cover a few announcements. I always like to get them done at the beginning of my live training. I'll repeat them at the end as well. If you're just joining me, please shout out in the comments on a scale from 1 to 10. What is your personal power temperature? 1 is horrible, down and out, like you're struggling with life. 10 is awesome, peak personal power. Okay. So first and foremost, I just want to let you know that every single Thursday at 9 a.m. Eastern, 7 a.m. Mountain Standard Time, a brand new podcast goes out on my podcast. So if you go to soulfirepodcast.com, again, that's soulfirepodcast.com, you can review and subscribe and listen all right there. Okay. And all of these links are in the description of this video, but I just want to tell you about it. So soulfirepodcast.com. Also, if you are ready to take action and move your life to the next level, I highly suggest you go to powercoachalishia.com. I have a whole bunch of different programs there, whether it's kicking your procrastination, I just lost my train of thought. Oh, Syncing with Your Soul. There's all different programs there. You can read about them, learn about them, and sign up for the one that connects with you the most. I highly recommend that whatever one you click on first, that you just trust yourself and know that that is the program you need. I'm really, really big on that. All right. And then lastly is to get on the text list right before I go live, or actually it's usually right after I go live. I send out a text with the link to join us live. So if you'll just send the word power up to the number 74121. Again, the word power up to the number 74121, and you will get put on the text list. I usually only text once a week that I'm live. And then if we are in workshop week or series week or masterclass week, it might be a couple extra times, but it's nothing too crazy. All right. I am so freaking excited. I have to tell you, because we are celebrating the doors opening to my Shift Happens program. This is my program that is 8 weeks long, and it's for you if you are ready to shift like crazy. So in 8 weeks, it's a very short amount of time with a huge transformation. So if you're ready to shift, get out of your own way, put yourself first without feeling guilty, and find yourself again. We do all of that in this 8-week Shift Happens program. The first thing that you're going to want to do is sign up for my free Get Your Shift Together workshop. Now, my Get Your Shift Together workshop, which can be found at getyourshifttogether.life. Oh, I should have put that in the description and I didn't. Hi, Tammy. Getyourshifttogether.life. We are going to be helping you shift from shit shows to soul connection and releasing the shit plus finding yourself again. So this is just the baseline of this. That's what the baseline of this workshop is. So we're covering putting yourself first, releasing your shit, setting boundaries, stepping into your power, and eliminating procrastination by taking action in spite of fear. So this is my free workshop. All you need to do is go to getyourshifttogether.life. Again, that's getyourshifttogether.life. It is so amazing. I have ran this program a few times. This is not my first time running it. However, this is a remastered Get Your Shift Together. I have so much amazingness that I have added to it. Like, it's going to be freaking amazing. So I highly recommend that you get signed up for it. It's absolutely free. And this time that I'm running this workshop, I am asking you to please, pretty please, share this with your girlfriends, your mom, the people in your life that you can share a workshop like this with and that aren't going to take offense to it. Or maybe the people who do take offense to it are the ones that need it. But listen, dude, this is what you're going to learn. This is what the Get Your Shift Together workshop is all about. So you're going to discover the most powerful way to shift from shit shows to soul connection. It's a 5-day workshop. I've gone over my past videos. I can't even believe it. Listen to like 15 hours of my past workshops. I've pulled out the best 5 days, the most transformational 5 days, the most powerful content. So we're pulling it back from a 9-day workshop to a 5-day workshop so that you can get the best results the fastest. So in this transformational workshop, you're going to learn how to free yourself of those superwoman expectations, release the guilt of not being able to be everything to everyone, and finding yourself again. Even if you've taken this workshop before, I highly recommend that you sign up and take it again this time, because you deserve to put yourself first without feeling guilty and reconnect with you. And everyone can always use a reminder of that. I promise you. So if you go to the page, you can read all about this workshop, but I am telling you that it is going to be amazing for you. It's perfect for you if you look in the mirror and you don't recognize yourself, or you feel like you're always giving, being, and doing for everyone else. You have no time to take care of you and do the things that make you happy, or you don't even know what they are. And you find yourself committing to things out of obligation and expectation of you when you really don't want to do it. And lastly, you're ready to stop making excuses and take action to find yourself again. So again, you're going to want to go to getyourshifttogether.life for that and to get signed up. And that kicks off on October 11th. Okay. Oh, I have to tell you this too. Inside the Get Your Shift Together workshop, I'm doing a huge giveaway this time. So that's also going to be just an extra perk from being there. I've done new handouts. I'm telling you, Tammy, I know you've been there. Tessa, I know you've been there. Join this workshop again. It's going to be even better. Again, if you're just joining us, shout out your temperature in the comments on a scale from 1 to 10. How are you doing? 1 is horrible. You feel down and out, like it's bad. 10 is peak personal power, fucking awesome, like you're high on life. So that is the scale on your personal power temperature. I need to go to my group and my personal profile and see if anybody's commenting. This is the other reason. You guys, going live is nuts if you actually want to interact with your people. Let me just put that out there because, oh, yay. So the comments are going to the live. Yay. Because I shared it. See, this is me being blonde. I wish Facebook would stop changing stuff. All right. So we are jumping into today's content, I think. If I can get to my personal profile to make sure that there are no comments that I'm missing. It is so important to me when I am live that I have the opportunity to interact with you, talk to you, respond to you. So I go all over the place to make sure that I don't miss anything. So here's the deal, and jumping into the content today. We always want the fastest way to do things, right? It's human nature. So when someone tells us that our goals are going to take a really long time, we don't like it. But the challenge is, and the thing that I want to talk to you about today, is why 90% of people will spend their whole life stuck right where they are right now. And there's a huge chance that you're one of those people. That's okay. If you missed the lives, definitely listen to the replay, or maybe it'll be a good escape for you, Tessa, to join in live on that week. And remember to put yourself first, even when life is happening. I think it would be a good reminder for you that life is always going on. And so making yourself a priority during that time is super important. So even if you can't make it live, make a commitment to yourself to listen to the replays, because it's just going to help take you to the next level for sure, right? All right. So listen to this. 40% of people will sign up for fill in the blank, whatever it is. It could be a subscription box, right? It could be a weight loss challenge, a drinking water challenge. It could be a personal trainer. It could be free. It could be paid, right? It doesn't matter. 40% of people will sign up for whatever is being offered because it connects to them. 60% of people aren't going to sign up because it doesn't connect to them at all, or they don't care enough. They don't have enough sense of urgency, enough pressure around them to do it. And when I say pressure, I'm talking about good pressure, like good pressure, bad pressure. Life fucking sucks and they got to do something different. That's what I mean by pressure. Or if they don't change, they're going to end up dying because they have diabetes. Like that's what I mean. So it's like good, bad pressure, right? So of the 40% of people who sign up, 20% of those will show up. Okay. They'll show up to whatever it is. And 10% of those people will do the work. Now remember, 40% of the people will sign up. Out of those, 20% of those are going to actually show up. 10% of those will do the work, and 70% of the 40% that sign up will do nothing at all. And outside of that, in the main 100%, 60% didn't sign up in the first place because it didn't apply to them, or they didn't like it, or there wasn't enough pressure, right? So if you have 100 people who are offered something, 60% of those people aren't going to take that offer, and this, whatever that offer is, right? 40% are going to take the offer. So now we have a new 100%. Okay. So 40% will sign up for the offer, and that's what? 40 people. And then 20% of those are going to show up. Holy shit, we just took that down to 8 people show up. And then 10% of those do the work. That's 1 to 2-ish people. I mean, that's like way job security for me, because that means there's always people who are signing up and doing nothing and still wanting more. But that just goes to show how many people say they want something, but they don't want it bad enough. They're not doing anything about it. Now, Tessa's always around, so I always get to use her as an example, but today I get to use her as a different example. Tessa's been in my world for an extremely long time. We're probably pushing the 7-8 year mark at this point, because it's already been few years since I quit LuLaRoe, and she was with me before that. So maybe 6, 7, 7, 8 year mark, right? And in all of those years, she struggled a ton taking the action, right? Or she would take some of the action, but not actually do the work, right? So she hung out in the 40% of the 100 that would sign up, and the 20% who would show up, but never really kicked into the 10% that would do the work. Well, last time I ran my Get Your Shift Together workshop, or maybe it was the time before that, but in the last year when I've ran the Get Your Shift Together workshop, Tessa showed up and actually did the work. Now, I'm not going to give like my workshop credit for Tessa's life transformation, because that's just asinine. However, she did the work mentally. She was taking action physically. And in that time, her entire life has changed. But it took so many times of signing up and finally showing up for herself and actually doing the work this time for her life to transform. And she's just one example of thousands of people that this happens to. So why is this my topic today? Because you say that you want this result, whatever this result is. And you say like, something's got to change. Like, I need this. Something's absolutely got to change. I can't take it anymore. And when that way or a way is given to you, you only take a quarter of the first step, which is to sign up for it. And it doesn't matter if you're investing money or it's free. And if you're investing money, I'm sorry, but to tell you this, but the numbers are lower. If you put money, it's the weirdest thing. I have seen that people are more apt to show up for themselves when it's free than if they pay money towards it. And that's fucking backwards. So it doesn't matter if it's paid or free. This is the action or the way that you're screwing up your life, like in so many words, right? Because the topic of today, the fastest way to do something, is you actually have to do the work, not think about the work, not mull over the work, not check it out, not read through it, but do the hard work. But the other part about this is the time it takes to make a lasting transformation. The average person is in therapy for like 5 years. So if you're going into a life coaching program, especially mine have different tiers to what I believe is going to take the amount of time for you to have a lasting transformation if you show up and do the work. It's not just enough to sign up. It's not just enough to show up. You actually have to do the work, right? So if it's my 90-day shift program, which to me is my lowest level entry for you to start having shifts and seeing results, that program is going to take you probably 6 months to see a result, because it's daily life coaching. It's very bite-sized. It's very chunked down, but it's easy for you to quit. If you stick to it, I'm going with 6 months to a result. Okay. Even though it's a 90-day program. So that means once you get done with 90-day shift, going into the next level of program is so freaking important. So what's next level for you? Well, that could be Soul Circle. Well, my Soul Circle is a membership program where I go live 3 times a month and training with a group of women. Okay. And we're training on all different aspects of life. So this is broad spectrum of life. Your 90-day shift is just helping you get into habits, right? Just come on, just do something for yourself. Soul Circle is the next level of that, but in a broader spectrum. So we're talking about kicking your procrastination, organizing your chaos. We go into journaling and clearing your mind clutter and syncing with your soul and finding your passion. We go into power vision. Like, it's all different areas of your life. So you can get coaching in all of these different areas. You're still going to be in Soul Circle for right around 6 months. If you stay in there 3, though, that is because you're going to go to the next level, which is more than likely Shift Happens. Shift Happens is a very condensed time frame on all the major things that you need: getting out of your own way, putting yourself first without feeling guilty, and finding yourself again. Now, I did explain this on last Monday's Power Up with Power Coach Alishia, but I'm explaining it to you now for a different reason. Yes, you only have a short 8 weeks, but it's like a complete 180 in your life and everything that you're doing and the action that you're taking. It's like fire hosing you, which is, in my opinion, the best way to have lasting change. However, 8 weeks is not enough time. It's not enough time for it to become a lasting change. So, my opinion, the fastest way to do something is jump in, sign up, say yes, show up, do the work, while also knowing that nothing is get rich quick or get results quick, right? So if someone says to you, well, if you join my 8-week program, then by the end of it, you're going to be healed. You're going to have the most amazing habits and you're not going to need anything else. That's asinine, because personal development, soul shifts to level to level to level to level is a lifelong journey. However, there comes a point where you can give yourself what you need. And my opinion is that's roughly 6 months. Now, it's a year if you come from a place of not being able to get out of bed, you're on antidepressants, and you're allowing people in your life and around you to put you in a box, to put you down, to hold you back, to, hurt you, to run your life, to tell you you're not good enough, then you're at a year. But not in a year in one program. You're a year in your journey to being able to let go and say, I've got this. I have the tools that I need. I have, what I need to move forward. But let me be clear. No one is going to make a lasting change under 90 days. No one. And not even me, right? And here's why. Because it's not enough time. In your first 30 days of doing anything, and I want you to apply this to anywhere in your life. In your first 30 days of doing anything, let's apply it to life coaching. You're looking at this going, holy fuck, I need something. I hope this works. I'm going to show up. I'm going to be there. I'm going to do the work. I just need something to shift and change. But between the 30 to 45 day mark, you go from way down to like the shift of a high. Something clicks in you, something feels right. And you're like, whoa, I got this. Like, I love this. I feel so much better. This is the point where you quit. And this is the point where you think you've got it. This is the point where you stop going to the trainer. You start eating some cheeseburgers again. You decide that you're not going to keep showing up and checking your email for 90-day shift, or you're going to cancel Soul Circle or whatever. If you're in shift happens, there's only a couple weeks left of the program, so you'll probably stick it out, right? But this is the point where you go, I'm good. I've got what I need. But that's because you're riding on the honeymoon phase of your journey. It's not a lasting change. You're in the honeymoon phase of this transformation, these next levels. So when you quit that help, that support, the processes, the training, the reading the book, you're in the honeymoon phase. I just barely got this, Tessa. This is why you've never heard it before, because this just came to me today. I did a whole podcast on this, but I'm only doing a little blurb of it right now. And so in this honeymoon phase, you're making really bad decisions for yourself because you think you're there. And I wish, Tessa, that I would have realized this and connected with this years ago, because it would have helped you. But obviously it wasn't the right time for me to teach it or for you to hear it. So anyways, if you stick with it, you move into that maturity state, right? Where you're taking the action that creates lasting change. If you're in shift happens, you're like a couple weeks into building that lasting change. So from there, you're going to want to go into my Soul Shifts Mastermind, because that's all about helping you in transitions in life, all of us women together, all of us connecting together and helping each other through our transitions in life. And so in that world, you've got it. You feel good, you feel connected, but you know that there's so many transitions and things coming up and things happening and life changes, right? Buying a house, selling a house, someone dying, someone being born, getting married, get divorced. You're not ready to drop the ball and just fly, because there's life transitions coming along and you're going to want that support and help through that. That's where soul shifts happen. So it's not as much in soul shifts about, okay, do this, do that, do this, do that. It's not like that. Today, you're going to want to do this. You're going to want to write this down. This is the action you need to take. This is the book you need to read. It's not as much about that as it is, what do you need today? What's going on with you? Where are you at? Where's your head? And then helping you shift to that next level version of you, right? And so I'm telling you this because you want the fastest way to get there. And that fastest way, I would say, there's a huge chance it's not in the timeline that you think it should be in. Oh, I want to get this done. So you tell me what I need to do. Well, when it comes to your mindset, your soul work, it's like minimum of 90 days for baseline and that upwards of 6 months of transformation, which is a far cry from 5 years in therapy. And I find it very, very, very sad that most people won't even give themselves 6 months or won't even give themselves a year for that transformation. Tessa's been transforming for 7, 8 years. And that comes from the honeymoon stage. Like we figured out, I've told her it in so many words, not you're stuck in the honeymoon phase and you quit. I've told her it in different words. But every time she got to that honeymoon phase, it was like, okay, I've got this. You don't got it. If you can't do it alone for a prolonged amount of time, when life is kicking your ass, you don't got it. Once you can do it for a prolonged amount of time as life is happening and kicking your ass, and you know what to do to get yourself back up on your feet, to reprogram your mind, to take those good actions for yourself, and that's when you know you've got it. And even when you do get to that point, some people still want that accountability. They still want the group. They still want the people. They still want the coaching. And that's completely up to you. But it's so important that as you go through your journey to be very mindful of that honeymoon phase and don't quit on yourself at that point. Because when you do, you will slide all the way back to your default, which is wherever you were before you started taking that action. Okay. I hope that makes sense. I know that the title of this is the fastest way to do things. In the same breath, it's like, it's going to take you a minimum of 90 days. So the fastest way to do something is to take fast action, right? But then to actually do the work. So I want you to shout out in the comments, right? So we have those percentages that we're talking about. 40% of people will sign up, 20% of the people will show up, 10% of the people will do the work, or 60% of the people won't do anything at all and keep complaining. They won't take any action. Well, you're obviously not the 60%. So are you the 40% that signs up? Are you the 20% that shows up? Or are you the 10% that does the work? Type 40, 20, or 10 in the comments. So while you're doing that, I want to talk about my own story that brought me to, like, kind of led me to this today. I have purchased so many programs that are about content. And I used one for about 3 months. And my whole point in purchasing these programs around content was to help jog my mind, come up with something fast, take fast action, and not have to sit and think. Okay, I know that I have Power Coach Alishia today, but what am I going to talk about? What angle am I going to come from? And where? Blah, blah. So I bought all these content programs to just feed me with that. Didn't matter what I was doing, a podcast, it didn't matter. But I never used it except for the one, and the one that I did use, I had my team, right? I edited, we posted. So it wasn't even as much as me using it as was a tool for my whole team, right? Well, I just bought another content program the other day. I haven't even dug into it. And then I almost bought another one today. And I was like, wait a freaking second. I realized that I was the 20% where I was signing up, but I wasn't doing any of the work. I just wasn't doing the work. And so therefore I was like, I'm not going to do that. I want to go back through and find all the content programs I have, look at them all and see, is there actually something missing? I have 3. They lay this shit out in a calendar. This is how nuts this is. I think I have 4. They lay it out in the calendar and they tell you the type of content to post for the different goals that you have. And they all come from a different perspective. So if you're launching a new program, this one's edited a little bit for that. If you're just building relationships and connecting with people, it's edited for that. If you're working on Instagram stories and connecting that way, this one's edited for that. if you just want prompts and captions that help formulate around a program that you're launching, authority on that program, or a free thing that you're doing, there's this one over here. So I have all of this stuff. And my biggest challenge, because I bought all of them, has been now, okay, how do I now pull this together in a way that connects with me? So right before I got on this live, about 30 minutes before, which is crazy amazing for me, I sat down and I was like, okay, what is my content going to be today? And so I'm looking over all of this, like, content joggers for my mind. And like, hey, this one, I'm not finding anything that I connect to. Let me go over here. Okay. Maybe that one looks good, but I don't want to use it to sell something, as I'm thinking about that. Okay. And so then all of a sudden it came to our topic today, and of the fastest way to do something. Now, this came from the angle of selling you something, but I knew I wasn't going to use it for that. I knew I was going to use it to talk to you about not taking action, but then being impatient with your time frame and how long and da-da-da-da. I already knew where it was going to come from. This is the actual first time that I used content for the main fucking reason why I bought it in the first place. Right? That's so freaking bad. So I come from the perspective today of my own mistakes, because I'm working way harder than I need to come up with the stuff, for you guys, to jog my mind and like have a good connection to it. And that's just freaking crazy. So I would say a lot of the time I'm 20% that signs up, and then I'll show up for a minute. Like I might buy a program, and that moment when I buy it, log right in and listen to 20 or 30% of it, and take, my mind will connect to some of it, and then I won't log back in ever. And so am I doing the work at that? No, not fucking doing the work, right? Not doing the work. And so that could be, I want to get to your comment in just a second, Tammy, but I want to finish this. That could be honeymoon stage as well. Like, oh my gosh, this is what I need. I'm so excited. Let's go. Let's do this. Da, 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 da. Honeymoon phase. Excited. Get in. Fucking A, I'm done. Okay, I'm not doing shit, or I do a little bit inside of it and then whatever. So you have the excitement to take the action, and that's to sign up. And then you have the honeymoon phase where you do some of the work and start feeling good, or you start seeing how this works, and you assimilate it and you map out some plans. And then you just stop doing it. And then, what really sucks at that point? When you get back to that, it's a year or two later. And now the version of you that purchased that program or training, it doesn't apply to anymore. That's the worst part about it. Because when you are looking for something, showing up and investing in something, that something is what you need right now. That's not something that yourself needs a year and a half or 2 years away. How do I know this? I have a coach that I love so much for life coaching. She does business coaching as well, but I just love her for life coaching. The year I bought into a chunk of her programs was 2018, and it was at the perfect time that I needed the way she did things, from the angle that she did it and the way that she showed up. And I love her. But every single time now in 2019, 2020, 2021, when I go back to her content and the same shit that I needed then that really connected with me and the deep work that I did, when I sit down to do it again, this version of myself doesn't connect with that. That doesn't mean I don't connect with her. It means that I don't connect with the programs that I bought. So that means that in order for me to reconnect with something, I'm going to have to buy another program of hers. But I haven't been drawn to purchase from her, so I don't, right? So that's what I mean. Like, just because you bought something a year and a half ago and now you're listening to this, it doesn't mean that when you go back to it, you're going to be like, hell yeah, I can't believe I left this. And I mean this for life coaching. Business coaching is straight, right? As long as the information that you're getting in whatever you paid for is not like innovation specific, like Facebook ads. Yeah. You go back to a training 2 years ago for Facebook ads, you're fucked. It's not the same. The way you show up, the way you do it, none of that's the same. But for example, if you go back to my program, the Party Plan Power Camp, the Facebook Cash program, Facebook Parties Made Easy, you might have to make some small tweaks, but they're like 99% relevant. And Party Plan Power Camp's been relevant since 2012. And actually, I used it from 2007 to 2012 to build my direct sales business. So it like always stays relevant. It's a very relevant program. But as far as life coaching, it's the stage that that version of you was in at that time and needed that. So when you go back, it's going to be like, No, like that doesn't connect with me. And that's okay. So go sign up for what this version of yourself needs, first of all, and then show up for it and then do the work. Make that commitment. I want to say one more thing about signing up, showing up. The other pitfall, and I wasn't planning on talking about this either, but it doesn't matter. Great content. Is that I get in this, okay, I'm looking for mode. So I'm out there looking. And of course, Facebook ads are brilliant. They know when you're looking because of what you click on. So they retarget you with relevant content from another coach, right? That's just what happens. So the next thing that you have to be very careful of when you're in that excited honeymoon stage is that you don't go on this binge of purchasing all of these things. Because when you do that, you don't take the action. You just sign up and you don't show up, or you sign up, you show up, and then you sign up, and then you show up, and then you sign up, and you show up, but you don't do the fucking work. So it's really important that wherever you sign up, you stay there, unless it's something like, let's say in my program, Soul Circle. You can sign up for that this month and get in there and love it. And you're like, man, I want more. And then cancel Soul Circle and go to Shift Happens. That's okay, because you're actually shifting to what you need more. And that's amazing. Now, I would never, ever, ever want people to start Shift Happens, stop that training, and join Soul Shifts Mastermind. Why? Because people who are in the Soul Shifts Mastermind must have completed and have the baseline foundational day-to-day tools that are in Shift Happens. What we go through in there, that kind of work, that soul connection, the way you're growing with yourself, the tools that you learn, the strategies, the processes, you need all of that inside of Soul Shifts. We don't spend time doing any of that in the mastermind. So not like that. I spend time reminding you, right? Reconnecting you to and telling you to go back to and pull from that, which is a beautiful thing. But I'm not teaching you those tools and those foundational. You're utilizing those tools, like I said, to grow to that next level by helping me be like, hey, that's because your solar plexus chakra is blocked. Remember, the solar plexus has to do with this, and that. Go back to the crystals. This, and crystal. You would already have those crystals. You would already know what a chakra is, what the solar plexus is, how it affects you, what it's blocking. And once I tell you that, then you'll realize that's why you're not able to take the action here and here and here and here and here, and why you're stuck there, and why you don't feel creative, and why you're feeling blocked. And now you know exactly what to do to fix that. So Soul Shifts helps you, oh, fuck yeah, I remember that, and go back to utilizing that. Without Soul Shifts, you have to go through and go, okay, out of all the things I've learned, what the hell is going on? What is wrong with me? Why am I stuck here? Where do I need to shift? Do you see what I'm saying? So the person can't go from Shift Happens, from Soul Circle to Soul Shifts. Can't go from 90-day shifts to Soul Shifts. They can't. You have to, Shift Happens as a prerequisite because of all that we learn in there. We do angel cards, we do chakra healing, we do crystals, lots and lots of soul healing, meditation. Like, it's amazing. Tammy, I want to say something to you because this is screaming at me. You did Shift Happens last year. You definitely need to take it again when it opens. You're already in the group and community, but I want you paying attention, right? Showing up and doing the work this time around, because I've added so much to it and it's just calling out to you right now. Like, this is where you need to be right now for whatever reason. I'm just hearing that like crazy. You don't need to pay for it or anything because you're already in there and you get lifetime access, but this is where you need to be. The first session for, Shift Happens. Let me just tell you this really quick, Tammy, and then we will wrap up today. But this is what I do, you guys. If I feel like called, gotta just get it out. I want you to put it in your calendar. The first session for Shift Happens is October 27th. Okay, October 27th. Right now, it's in my calendar for 6 p.m. Eastern. So just plan on that. Get it in your calendar. Shift Happens October 27th at 6 p.m. Eastern. And that's when we start. And it'll be 8 weeks from there. It'll be ran live, but it'll be more powerful and like so much more connected than the last time you went through it. And the last time you went through it, everybody's always raved about that program. So I just wanted to tell you that, tell you, because I don't know, I've been thinking about you a lot. I've been getting like a lot of hits about you. Like, I don't know, all the time. I'm hearing your name a lot. So I don't know what's going on with you, but your angels are really annoying me. So do that. Go through the Get Your Shift Together workshop again. That starts on October 11th. Start there. If you haven't already, Tammy, make sure that you have listened to the podcast, soulfirepodcast.com. Your soul's really calling. You're not listening. You're not doing what you need to be doing. And now you're like reverting. All right. So I've been going back and reviewing so many things from the last 18 months. I feel so much better and like I'm back on track. I love feeling more confident and stating what I need for me at home and at work. Yeah, because now you're re-getting that power. Like, oh God, that's why this works so well. That's why I felt so good. That's why I was so much more connected, right? Well, at that time, you were bathing yourself in that. Well, guess what happened? Once you got all done, you thought you had it, right? You thought you had that lasting change cemented. No, the truth is you were in honeymoon stage. You were in that phase of everything felt amazing. You've got this. So you go from down and out to honeymoon to lasting change. And a lot of people mistake the honeymoon for the lasting change. So I'm glad that you were here today. So shout out in the comments, what's something that you took 20% action on? Like you signed up and you took 20% action and then you haven't done any of the work since then. So shout that out in the comments. It could be anything. Signed up with a personal trainer, you signed up at a gym, you signed up for a challenge for something you thought was exciting, you were going to start a business, but then you decided not to. So what's something that you signed up for and you started taking action on and then you quit? Shout that out. So today's topic maybe should have been a different title, but I don't care. We talked all about the fastest way to do something, right? But in one breath, it was the fastest way to do something. And in the next breath, it was about recognizing the different phases that you go through when you do start something. And your next decision should be made for lasting change. When you get into the honeymoon phase, your only decision is, where's my next step for lasting change? In my world, it's the next program up that connects with you. Everywhere else, I don't know. You'll have to figure it out. So remember to get on the text reminder list if you're not on there. You just text the word power up to the number 74121. If you are ready to take the next steps in, excuse me, the next steps in signing up for a program and taking action for yourself, go to powercoachalishia.com. And if you haven't already, make sure that you head to soulfirepodcast.com, listen, review, and subscribe to the podcast. New episodes go out every Thursday at 9 a.m. Eastern. And remember that the Get Your Shift Together workshop is open right now for you to sign up for. We kick off on October 11th through 15th. It's 5 days of power-packed badassery. I am so freaking excited for it. I know it's going to be amazing for you. So again, you go to getyourshifttogether.life, getyourshifttogether.life in order to sign up. We're going to be talking all about putting yourself first, releasing your shit, setting boundaries, stepping into your power, and eliminating procrastination. Day number 5 is actually my favorite day, because it's about getting clear on the things that you fear and then taking action anyways. That's the part that usually stops you. You know why you fear something, or you know that, I should say, you fear something. Sometimes you don't know, most times you don't know why, but that's where you stop right there. So day number 5 is my favorite, and it's going to be the most powerful day. Accompanying this workshop this time is the VIP upgrade, which is really freaking awesome as well. That has my journal juice workbook. So going through and every single step to journaling and what you're doing in that process, why you're doing that process. It has the shift experience. So you get to take, actually, I could probably go to VIP. Haha. I don't know if it's going to show you it though. Hold on one second. Ha ha ha. So it's going to help you shift from being stuck and release what's holding you back even faster. But I want to tell you what's in here. So you have the shift experience. And so that takes what you're learning each day in the workshop to the next level. So it's helping you get a deeper experience inside the Get Your Shift Together workshop. You have the Organize Your Life, 3 easy to implement steps to organize your life the smart way ebook. You'll get lifetime access to the replay of every Get Your Shift Together workshop. So this time you'll have lifetime access. And then the next time I do the Get Your Shift Together workshop, you'll have the upgraded access because I always come from a different angle on everything. Then, like I said, you have the Journal Juice workbook. And then one thing that a lot of you have never seen is my Money Management Made Easy 7-day jumpstart. So that is also part of, and that you get access to inside of the VIP upgrade for the Get Your Shift Together workshop. All of that is only $20. Oh, I didn't even use the VIP upgrade logo. I need to put that somewhere. That makes me sad. Anyways, so there's your opportunity. Like, you don't have to do the VIP upgrade for the Get Your Shift Together workshop. But I also added a whole bunch of handouts that coincide with each day of the workshop. So you get some free handouts and things just signing up and being part of the workshop, but you get a deeper experience with the handouts that are inside of the shift experience. That's why I named it that. So go to getyourshifttogether.life, get signed up. If there's anybody that you know, if you've attended the Get Your Shift Together workshop before, or if something I said today, you're like, oh my God, so-and-so needs this, so-and-so needs this, send them the link, getyourshifttogether.life. That is the URL, getyourshifttogether.life to get signed up. I will be back here next Monday at 7 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Mountain Standard Time for another Power Up with Power Coach Alishia. I would love it if you would leave this live. So go from this live to the Power Up Your Life Facebook group. The Power Up Your Life Facebook group can be found at community.soulhealingzone.com. Again, it's community.soulhealingzone.com. Please share with me, what was your number one takeaway today? What was something that really connected with you today that you really loved? Please share that with me in the Power Up Your Life group. I will be responding to every single takeaway. If you're watching this and you feel stuck and you're like, oh my God, you're like everything I need. I'm in this like place in my life and I feel so stuck and I don't know what to do. Shoot me a message. Let's chat. I'm happy to talk to you. And I don't mean happy to sell you. I mean, I'm happy to talk to you. We can chat back and forth for a minute. Obviously, I'm going to tell you to get registered for the Get Your Shift Together workshop. Obviously, I'm going to tell you to get to the soulfirepodcast.com, subscribe and listen to those episodes. But we'll chat about, where you're at and what I feel like your next step should be, right? That's a beautiful thing. As I wrap up here, I just want to remind you to always say yes to yourself more than you say yes to other people. Give yourself some grace. And it's always about progress, not perfection. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.